Hey, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can easily embed a Domo dashboard onto a customer record page in NetSuite and make it feel very inline and natural to NetSuite. So to begin, this is kind of the end result. I'm here on a customer record page, and if I scroll down to the analytics, I can click this tab, and it then displays a Domo dashboard that can be filtered down to the specific customer user record that I'm on in NetSuite. And then I am able to interact with these charts just like I would be in Domo. And so today I'm going to show you how you can easily do this. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have this lucid chart that kind of shows the overall process here, and it's pretty simple. But honestly, what we're going to be leveraging is a NetSuite user event script, which is written in JavaScript. But basically, when a user wants to um, navigate to a customer page, before they navigate to the page, this script is going to run and inject the Domo dashboard onto the page. And the way we do this is we're going to create a custom inline HTML field on the customer record. And it's just going to be a placeholder. So it's not even going to be populated because at runtime, Domo is going to populate it with the dashboard that we're embedding. And so we're going to be using this script that I have created that is in a public GitHub repo. So if you want, I'll link the repo here, but basically it's just written in JavaScript, and there is this beginning part called Domo config where we're going to add a couple required fields from your Domo instance. And so specifically, we're going to update the script with your Domo client ID and secret, and you can generate that from the admin section, or you can also go to developer.domo.com to create it, as well as the dashboard ID that you want to embed. And then also, if you want to filter the dashboard down to the specific record you're on, you'll also supply the name of the filter column. And then also the internal ID of the newly created custom field that we created earlier. And so, like I said, walking through this, if I wanted to embed this dashboard here, I would just come in here, click embed, and then copy this embed ID. And we're going to use that in our script. And so basically, I would just come in here, I could copy this script and come over to my code editor of choice. And let's create a new file, and we'll just call it test embed, and then paste it in. And so then, like I said, we're up here, we're just going to change these fields. And of course, with client ID and secret, it's never good to store those as plain text in this file. And so what you can do is leverage NetSuite's secret manager and then call the secret function. For this tutorial, though, I would just add these manually and then also add the embed ID. And then we also need to create this inline HTML field. So let's go back to our NetSuite instance. And if we come over here to custom entity fields, I came here by coming to customization, and then I go to lists, records, and fields, entity fields, new, and I'm just going to you would just create an inline HTML field. So I just go like that, give it a name, it would apply to the customer record. And then once you've done that, if I come back, I'm going to copy the internal ID, which is this guy right here. You would copy that and paste that into the code as the inline HTML field. Also, like I said, so filter columns, I won't go over this in detail, but basically the script is ready to where if you wanted to filter it down, you would just provide the filter column that would be in Domo, what the column is, and then the customer ID field is going to be the way that you apply row level security to that. This is similar to dynamic PDP, where you map out an attribute and then it only shows the columns or the rows that are applied to that attribute. Okay, so then what you would do is you would save this, and we would come back to NetSuite, and we're actually going to add this to our file cabinet. So if I come to Documents, Files, and Suite Scripts, you can add a file. And so you just come in here, add the file that you want, then the one that you just saved. And then once we're done with that, we'll come into Customizations, Scripting, and we will create a new script record. And so then from here, I can just come and search for that record in my file cabinet. Let's see, my Suite Scripts. I would just add, in this case, I have one called Domo Everywhere that I would add, and then click Create Script Record. Once you're done with that, then you have to deploy the script. And so I come back to Customizations, Scripting, Script Deployments, and we would deploy a script. I can move this, come in here to New Deployments, and then you would just have the script applies to, in this case, we would say just the customer record. So I just come down here, let's type it in maybe. Oh, maybe it already applies to the customer. So yeah, we would apply it to the customer record right here, and then click the deployed checkbox. And then after that, you can give the status as testing, or once it's good, it'd be released. And so that's at this point, then it is now running in your environment. And so all you have to do is make sure that you add that custom field to the form. So if I come in here to entry forms, I just need to make sure that it is showing up on my customer. So let's see. Yeah, I think it's this custom customer form. I would come in here and make sure that the field that I just created is populated. So then on this custom form page, I always just make sure that this is the preferred form, so it shows up when you're on a customer record. But then if I come to field groups, you can create a new field group. So in this case, I've created one called analytics, and then I'm able to add fields to that group. So if I scroll down my customer dashboard, that was the name of it, it would be unchecked, but if you check it, you could have it show, and then you could also make sure that it displays in your analytics group. So that's how you get it to show up on the page like so. Then it can be collapsible and very nifty, and it looks nice and in line.